December 21st, 1926, Joseph Vincent Paterno was once an usher at Dodgers games at Emmets Field. He served in the Army during the final year of World War II. He went to Brown University to play quarterback and then followed his college coach, Rip Engel, to Penn State as an assistant. His parents were less than thrilled that Joe passed on the intended path of law school to take a $3,600 a year salary in 1950. After 16 years, he took over when Engel retired following the 1965 season.
That's far to go. Third down and nine. You gotta run. You get hurt if you don't. Come on, get to the ball. Let's go.
From the middle of the 1967 season through the next 2 years, the Nittany Lions went 30 straight games without a loss. But in 1969, President Richard Nixon awarded the national title to the top-ranked Texas Longhorns. The Longhorns had beaten number 2 Arkansas in early December, before any bowl games had even been played. Undefeated Penn State finished the year ranked second.
I get this call. It's the White House. President Nixon would like to talk to you. I said, about what? He wants to talk to you about presenting a trophy to you and your team for the most wins in a row. I said, I don't want to be disrespectful, but you tell the president that he can shut it. He walked in the house, I might have punched him. I was that upset.
Paterno's teams reeled off 3 undefeated seasons between 1968 and 1973, and Paterno fielded offers from the NFL.
I stayed because I felt this is where I would be happier and that I could do more good.
Firmly entrenched in Happy Valley, Paterno finally had his team at number 1 and had a shot at the national championship in 1978, when his team faced second-ranked Alabama in the Sugar Bowl. Late in the fourth quarter, the Nittany Lions trailed 14-7. Penn State had first and goal at the Crimson Tide 3. 3 times Penn State was denied. The national championship came down to 1 play.
Newman.
Well, that was worse for you I ever had. I said, hey, maybe I'm getting too old. Maybe I can get out of this thing. Maybe they can turn it over to some guy, get a little more cuts than I have in the clutch.
Paterno quickly put Penn State back on course to a national title. In 1982, Penn State returned to the Sugar Bowl, this time for a showdown with Georgia.
I was just glad we won it. Didn't think about the national championship, but that until the kids picked me up and everybody made a big fuss over it.
Now up on the shoulders he goes. Joe's had this trip before, but I don't know if he's ever enjoyed it more.
4 years later, Penn State was 11-0 and faced number 1 and seemingly invincible Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. It was perhaps Paterno's greatest win and cemented his legendary status with his second national title. Along the way, Paterno became noted not just for his success, but for his unique style.
Now, I used to come home with these pants, all, the mud on the bottom, too. So I decided to roll the pants up and I put white socks on. And then when I could afford not to, I was more comfortable in that.
He discovered that teams in white shoes looked faster on film than teams in black shoes. And so he always insisted that his teams wear black shoes so that opponents scouting them would think that they were slower than they were.
In October 2001, 35 years after taking over as head coach, Joe Paterno passed Bear Bryant to become the winningest coach in major college football history.
He has done it. He now stands alone as the winningest coach in major college football history.
I can't put in words exactly how I feel about this football team, this university, this town.
But that win came during years that weren't Paterno's greatest. Penn State had 4 losing seasons in a 5-year span. University president Graham Spanier and athletic director Tim Curley asked Paterno to step down after a 4-7 record in 2004. Paterno said no.
How naive can you be if you don't think there's some people that are going to think something right, but they want to get rid of you? I'm going to retire when I want to retire. I'm going to retire when I think it's the best time for Penn State football, period.
But the decision wound up not being Paterno's after all. On November 5th, 2011, Jerry Sandusky, who spent 32 years on Paterno's staff before his retirement in 1999, was arrested on multiple charges of sexually molesting young boys. Paterno found out from a graduate assistant in 2002 who said he'd witnessed one incident. But while Paterno passed the word along to his supervisor, that information never reached law enforcement. Paterno and other officials lost their jobs soon after Sandusky's arrest.
Joe Paterno is no longer the head football coach, effective immediately.
It was not the way anyone expected Paterno's career to end. The scandal indirectly yet indelibly stained the legacy of the iconic coach who built Penn State into a national brand, both in football and academics. Paterno's win total may forever remain unsurpassed in Division I history. His generosity in giving millions to the university's library and other causes was exemplary, and the positive impact he had on many men immeasurable.